Thank you for joining us today for the virtual Sunday service with the Center for Creative Living. CCL, a charter of the Universal Church of the Master, has served and supported the spiritual needs of its community here in the Bay Area for over 20 years. Good morning, everyone. I'm Reverend Dr. Ayleen Augustine, and I'm the president of the Universal Church of the Master. And I hope everyone is starting off their day wonderfully and gently. And I would like to wish you a happy Flag Day, which is the date that commemorates the adoption of our United States flag, which was on June 14th in 1777. You know, the idea that after 243 years, I would think that they would have thought we would have had things a bit more together than we do. But that doesn't mean that just because the dream is still having to be worked, it doesn't mean it's not worth it. And I hope everyone is able to find that peace and faith within themselves of not so much of what the nation is, but to trust in what it can be. And what it can be is going to take a lot of work. It's going to take a lot of effort. It's going to take a lot of prayer. And it's going to take ultimately believing that it's possible, which I know is very hard right now. It seems that, we're still deep in grief over, one event and then another one comes on its heels. And it's starting to look kind of grim. In fact, it's starting to look pretty damn grim. And there's still faith. We can do this, but we're going to need to do it together. And we can do it together. So wherever you are, whatever you can do to support that momentum, creating that momentum, allowing, transformation to happen, believe in the possibility. We wouldn't have been handed this if we weren't strong enough to face it. And remember, God doesn't leave us alone. And God's will never take us where God's grace will not sustain us. So, the Universal Church of the Master, which the Center for Creative Living is a charter under, has a lot of very exciting things going on. And for those of you who are UCM reverends or lay healers or ministers, we will be having the very first virtual annual meeting, and we're getting all of that put together. And our UCM Vice President, Reverend Corey Gott, is just doing an amazing job of, handling the technology for all of that and making all of that accessible. So we will be having that. We've had our elections, and, we're going to be welcoming in the new reverends or the new board members who will be coming in. And so there's just so much information. And please visit our website, u-c-m.org, to find out all the exciting news that's going on and to keep track and keep abreast of what it is that we have coming up. Also, because next week we've got the amazing Reverend Joyce C. Brown, who will be talking about Father's Day, and we're going to be putting together a slideshow of our fathers. So if you have a photo of your dad or whoever is dad to you, it doesn't have to be connected by blood. It can be connected by love. And you can get those to Reverend Corey Gott. The deadline is Wednesday, so make sure you get those in early. And you can email those photos to support at u-c-m.org. So this information will also be at the end of the video. So wait around to the end of the video and there'll be a panel that will be showing that information again. We are living in unbelievable times, and together we get through that with our faith and especially our prayers. So we have Reverend Associate Pastor Reverend Ann Corbin, who will be delivering the prayer this morning and sharing some of her thoughts. We've got, an awesome program, with a great talk on possibilities. And we also have, of course, our meditative musical video by Reverend Dr. Janet Childs and Reverend Corey Gott. So it's going to be a wonderful morning, and I pray for you to have a wonderful day. If you're going through difficult times, please feel free to contact the Center for Creative Living or contact the Universal Church of the Master so we can be able to support you and help you find the help you need. So, thank you for joining us this morning. Welcome to the service. And now, our opening prayer.
Good morning. I'm Reverend Ann Corbin, and it's my honor to bring to you this morning's opening prayer. Today's topic is All Things Are Possible, and you might wonder how that can be with all the chaos that seems to be happening in the world today. It's my deep belief that humanity is going through a gigantic awakening right now, and you have to go through the dark side of the soul in order to go through a complete awakening. And I believe that this is the dark before the dawn. I know better days are coming in my heart of hearts. And I know that we are surrounded with love. I believe that this is the dark before the dawn. I was thinking about a song that the CCL choir sings called Anyway. And one of the verses says, "This world's gone crazy, and it's hard to believe that tomorrow will be better than today. Believe it anyway." I choose to believe. I hope you do too. So let's close our eyes and take in a nice deep breath. Breathing in love, light, prosperity, joy, peace, and good health. Hold on to that loving energy right now. And then breathe out, releasing anything that is not meant for our greatest and highest good right here and right now. Breathe back in again. Hold on to the love and breathe out. Setting your cares aside, knowing that Creator will take care of them. Dearest Mother, Father, God, dear Creator, thank you for wrapping us in your loving golden white light and helping us be together through your gift of technology. Help us as we go through our awakening, and please hold us in your love so that we can feel it and recognize the oneness that we all share, even when we are all physically separated. As we awaken and as you help us through this, we will now know that all things are possible, and we give thanks for that. We thank you for our first responders. We thank you for the wonderful essential workers that are there supporting us each and every day. We thank you as we slowly start to reopen again and we slowly begin to have opportunities to see people that we haven't seen in a long time aside from online, and giving us an opportunity to be together in a physical way, even if we are socially distancing. We give blessings to those that have lost their lives recently, and those that were injured during these protests and the riots that occurred because of the passion and anguish that so many people have been feeling. Take that anguish, Creator, and transmute it. Transmute it to love, transmute it to food for the animals, transmute it for the earth so that the earth can grow beautiful things. Because out of this energy can be good things. We can bury this and make it into a good energy. We thank you for our speaker today, and we thank you for all the loving people that bring this church service to us on a virtual basis. We are grateful for a beautiful earth. We are grateful for our loving families, and we are grateful for our community and for all those that we know and that we do not know. You remind us every day that it doesn't matter because we are all connected through your love, through your light. There is still a oneness that is here and now. As we go forward in this beautiful day, we say, thank you, Creator. Thank you, Mother, Father, God. Thank you for being with us again. And we know that all good things are coming forward. May this be a beautiful day for you as you share that day with us. Blessed be. Amen. And so it is.
Good morning. I am so happy that you are joining us this morning at the Center for Creative Living for our regular Sunday service. You know, generally we meet at the center and we have a lovely time hugging and congratulating each other on our successes and are having a beautiful week and consoling each other if there's difficulties. So we miss that. I promise you we're going to have that again. But right now, this is a way to get together and exchange texts through the chat section of this, and by keeping in touch. And today, I am Reverend Joan Stutes. I am here to give you hope. Hope in this challenging time, to help you think about having a new life where all things are possible. So the key word today is hope, and the key phrase is all things are possible. And I'm going to talk to you about three things today. First of all, do you sometimes quit too soon? And then second of all, some things need extra special attention. And then the last one is, do you have a firm idea about the new life that you want? Okay, let's get started. First of all, do you quit too soon? Since my husband, Earl, passed away on April 15th, my stepson comes down on Wednesday nights and we play Scrabble. Now, I'm telling you, we have not played Scrabble for a long time, a very long time. But we're starting to get the hang of it, and we kind of play it out, and it gives us a way to be friendly and chat and have a structure that works to kind of get together and be casual and talk about things that need to be discussed. So the other night he was 70 points ahead. So sometimes he wins and sometimes I win. It doesn't really matter, but he was 70 points ahead. And I looked at the board and I said, tell you what, Hardy, you're so far ahead, I'll never catch up with you. I'll stop keeping score and we'll just go ahead and play out the rest of the tiles, okay? He said, well, sure, doesn't matter to me. Okay, he's agreeable. The next turn where I drew a new tile, I drew a Z. 10 points, whoopee! I was able to play the Z 2 times on triple word somehow. And then I drew 2 V's, high number words also. And in those few plays, I would have scored over 100 points. But remember, I gave up. So I didn't win the game. You see, I didn't give universe a chance to give me the win that they provided for me, that I deserved and was provided for me. Sometimes we give up too soon. That's my lesson on that one. Now, I started meditating, and I know that you have heard for a long time that regular meditation brings comfort and calmness to your life. And on many occasions, I've started out going to meditate regularly and have this calm comfort in my life. But I always quit too soon. It never seemed to mean that much. It never seemed to take hold, and I just gave up. But this time I stuck with it, and I've now meditated every day for 43 days. And a new level of calm and comfort has gradually arrived in my life. I gave up too soon before. I didn't experience the gift that Spirit gives with regular practice. So why don't you look and just examine your life a little bit. What did I give up too soon on? Do I want to go back and start over? Maybe pick up something that I quit on and try again? That's a good idea. Don't give up so soon, or examine why you're giving up. The second part is some things take extra care. And I'm going to tell you about Miss Muffet, my black cat, my fraidy cat, my scaredy cat, the one that I had not petted for 5 years, who had to go to the vet. Our house was being fumigated, and if I didn't get Miss Muffet out of the house, she was going to die in the fumigation. I had nightmares about not being able to find her, not being able to catch her. And then I had more nightmares about my 2 other kitties saying, "Grandma, why did you let Miss Muffet die?" It was a difficult time. But I knew a secret, because every so often when I got up in the middle of the night and went out in the kitchen, Miss Muffet was there and would rub against my toes. So here was my strategy. I went to bed at 10 and got up at 1. And then I played with Miss Muffet from 1 to 3. There's my pretty kitty. Oh, you're such a good kitty. Pet, pet. Meow, meow. Oh, my sweet good kitty. Most of 3 weeks, I did that schedule. And I don't recommend 1 to 3 a.m. as a grand time for projects, but it did work this time. And I had talked to Amina, our pet psychic, and she gave me some suggestions about this. The good news is I was able to catch Miss Muffet, put her in the carrier, and get her to the vet, and they all 3 cats came home happy. The end result of that effort was that a short time later, Earl needed help getting his pajamas on. So he would sit on the bed and I would sit on the chair and help him get his pajamas on. And I'd say, "Where's my pretty kitty?" And Miss Muffet would come prancing in there and rub against our feet and our legs, meow, meow, pet me. And Earl began petting her and talking to her, something he had never done before. And we had this very special family time with Miss Muffet and me and Earl. Was it magical? It did have a quality of magic about it, and it happened because of the extra effort that I put in to get her safely and easily to the vet. So I'm going to ask you a question now. Are there people or pets or situations in your life that may need some extra effort? Just a little bit of extra effort? Maybe not 3 weeks of 1 to 3 a.m., but some extra effort? You know, we love Center for Creative Living, and we meet here regularly, and I'm actually filming this at the center today, and we can't have our meetings here right now, but the expenses go on. So maybe one of the extra efforts you would choose to make is to do what I did, which is set up an automatic bank draft so that they get a check they can count on every month from me to help with the expenses. You see, it's a little bit of extra effort for me, and it helps the Center for Creative Living. Yes, the little extra effort. Now I'm going to Arizona, passing by my sister's house, who has made it clear I may not stop there. Does the extra effort always work? Well, my extra effort in that case is to wave and text her and say hello and allow her space that she feels she needs. So some situations need a little extra effort. The benefits are wonderful. We had that special family time with Miss Muffet and me and Earl. And I have the special feeling about Center for Creative Living reopening and sharing hugs and congratulations and stories with all of you when that does happen. The last thing is, do you really know what you want? I suggest that you carefully write down the new life that you would like to see appear. There is a book that is 4 inches by 6 inches. It's about 25 pages, and it's called It Works. The author is anonymous with initials only. It was written in 1906, about the same time the Universal Church of the Masters, our parent church, was established. And what the book says in very old, awkward language, the secret, yes, the secret is to write out exactly what you want and read it 3 times a day and visualize it often. Now, this was long before the 300-page book of Think and Grow Rich was written, and I think that originally was 30 volumes. So a long dissertation on how to change your life. I've probably read over 100 books about prosperity, about changing my thinking, and about the manifestation process. But here's this little book that says it all in 25 pages, ancient language. I encourage you to look it up and read it, and then get serious about writing what you want. You see, you can write this down in paragraph form. You can write it down in numeric list. Number 1, a new house. Number 2, a clean house. Number 3, a car that runs. Whatever your desires are. And it needs to be much more expansive of an idea than those 3 ideas. A new car that runs, that's beautiful, that's affordable, all those. But you can write it down in paragraphs. You can write it down in a numbered list, which is what I like to do. You can write it in a mind map. Start with a circle in the middle, write your idea down, then draw circles out to the side and draw lines to them, and then draw more circles and lines, and so it ends up looking kind of like bubbles. And then one of the top producers in my company wrote her goals for the year down in poetry, and when she reads it, it sounds like rap, like a rap song. Da, 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 da. And I thought, wow, I think I'll try that, because that would certainly add energy to it, your ideas. What is it that you want to change in your life during this time? We're not going back to where we were. We are going into a new world. This is an incredible opportunity to take hold of things and really make changes in your life. Astrology is saying that it's once in 200 years chance to have this dynamic change happen. There are lots of signs that point to this rejuvenation of life on planet Earth. So it's an exciting time to go forward. I know that the news has been overwhelmingly disastrous about the virus, but I think that we need to concentrate on building our immune system, on walking outside, exercising, creating a healthy life. Now, I've chosen to live another 17 years, and I'm also decided to write 1 book a year. And I started my first book by writing paragraphs in the CCL newsletter. And you'll see them about prosperity and manifestation process. And feel free to contact me if you have questions about that. But I've chosen to live another 17 years. I'll be 102 then. I think that that's enough. I think I will have completed my purpose here in life. So how long are you going to live, and what will you be doing in the next 17 years alongside me? Come on, make up a list. We have a big adventure ahead, you and me, in the next 17 years, creating lots of good stuff. On Facebook, I post every day good things happening, because lots of good things are happening. Lots and lots. They're in the news, on the back page, or in tiny print, or in new books, but there's lots of good things happening. And that's what we have to look forward to. Perhaps you're looking at your money situation. One of the things I'm doing, because Earl died, and so my financial situation has changed slightly, writing down all the non-regular payments that I make, all the cash that I spend for groceries and candy bars and beer and wine and soda, and all the essential, non-essentials, those things. So I'm writing that down, and I'm shocked and dismayed at the amount of money that I'm spending that way. I thought when Earl died, my expenses would go down. Turns out he was a really cheap husband. So I'm learning a little bit more about my spending habits. I encourage you to do that. 30 days. Remember, I'm recommending 30 days of meditation or more. I'm recommending 30 days of doing something a little extra. Just a little extra effort. And now I'm going to recommend one more 30-day thing. Okay, you ready? Write down all your essential, non-essential spending. Your non-fixed. In other words, not the rent. I'm talking about wine. I'm talking about candy bars. Oh, I know you guys probably don't buy those, but I have to have my chocolate run every so often. So this is how we create a new world for ourselves as we go forward in this time. First of all, we make a commitment to see it through. We evaluate before quitting and stick with it as long as is necessary. Secondly, we're going to put in that little extra effort because it pays big dividends, like the special time that Earl and Miss Muffet and I had. And third of all, we're going to make a commitment to actually write down the kind of life we want. And I know some of you work on vision boards. You know, vision boards are wonderful. It's a great afternoon of cut and paste. It's kind of like a return to kindergarten. If you're going to use a vision board, this is my suggestion. Stare at the vision board and let it talk to you, and you talk to it, and you will see magical things happen with the vision board. I hope that I gave you a reason to hope today. I am hoping that you will remember to stay with the game. Don't quit too soon. Do the little extra effort and really plan out how you're going to spend the next 17 years with me. I'm looking forward to it all.
To understand what's ours, we are perfectly broken, shards from the distant stars. So awaken one morning to visit ourselves, to understand what's ours. Do we bend the knee? Do we really see? Do we carry what's true between me and you? We are perfectly broken, shards from the distant stars. Awaken one morning to understand what's up. are perfectly broken, shards from the distant stars, awaken one morning to visit ourselves, to understand what ours. Now friends, this is our time to be in the power of our presence, in the presence of our power, and to know that kindness is the biggest strength. Validation is the biggest gift. That hope is our most powerful weapon. We are called to be our true selves. We are called to share that with the world. Your special and unique gift of energy is unrepeatable. And yes, in our containers of our human lives, we are often broken. We sometimes may only be a shard, but we carry energy. We carry truth. We carry hope. And we carry kindness and peace. All things are possible if we open up our heart. Universe, reach out to us, call us to start. We are here. We are perfectly broken, shards from the distant stars, awaken one morning to visit ourselves, to understand what's ours. Universe, reach out to us, calling us to start. We are perfectly broken.
Thank you for joining us for this celebration of faith and fellowship. We'll be back next Sunday, and for those of you, if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, you can leave them in the comments section. If you appreciate this video and the work that the Center for Creative Living is doing, please press like on the video. You can share the video, and also please subscribe, because that will help this community and the church grow. Remember, in these difficult and challenging times, the opportunity to give and support an organization that has done so much for the community is tremendously important. Please help the Center for Creative Living continue in the wonderful work that it does. We will make it through this. We will be stronger for it. Our faith will carry us. Be blessed, be safe, and have a wonderful week.